mixing and recording suggestions, um, and also just give a little more information, especially in honor of audioskills.com getting ready to launch later this month. So, again, welcome if you haven't been here before. My name is Scott Hawksworth. I'm the founder of recordingexcellence.com and audioskills.com. And sorry, I'm still trying to. All right, so yeah, all right. I think I'm all set up. All right. But anyway, what I wanted to talk about was some recommended books for learning and getting better with your skills with recording and mixing. Now, a lot of us, and I know I make video tutorials and I write articles and things like that, but getting a book can be very, very helpful, if nothing else, just to have a reference point when you are working on your music. So, the first book I do recommend, and don't worry, these guys are not paying me for this. These are books that I have used. I'm self-taught, so books are really helpful for that. So the first book is called Fett's Mixing Roadmap, and this is a really, really awesome book. Essentially, it's a step-by-step guide to mixing music in the studio. And what's really awesome about this is I sort of developed my workflow, my mixing workflow, and the order I do things based off of this. It's a tremendously great book, so I would absolutely recommend you pick it up. It's available on Amazon. So that's the first one. That's for your workflow. That's for developing your speed and kind of having an idea, especially for those of you who might be newer to mixing. You may not even have a workflow yet. You may be like, I'm not sure where I go from here. That roadmap is awesome. The second book, and those of you who have been mixing for a while, maybe you are familiar with this. It's by Mike Senior, and it's Mixing Secrets for the Small Studio. This is just jam-packed with all sorts of fantastic information. And what's nice is it's for the small studio. A lot of us are working in home recording environments, so that's tough to deal with sometimes. Well, that's where you get the Mixing Secrets for the Small Studio, and a lot of these suggestions, tips, guidance is for people who are in the small studio. Again, it's available on Amazon, I think. You can go to Barnes & Noble. I don't know. Those don't really exist in Chicago anymore, but wherever your local books are sold, that's another one that I do recommend. My third book that I recommend, and I believe he just released a new edition. I'm not 100% sure, but it's The Mixing Engineer's Handbook, and it's by Bobby Owsinski, and he is a guy who I really have a ton of respect for. He has a ton of knowledge. He knows more than I do for sure, and I've used some of his techniques in my mixes, and it's really done wonderful things for me. And he's got all sorts of suggestions for cuts and things like that, and how you should set up your room, and compressing things, all this great stuff, de-essers. It is an awesome book. So this would also be, in my mind, among recommended gets if you're trying to improve your mixing skills and you're saying, hey, I want to read something before I go to bed at night. I want to think about mixing and making music before bed. This might be another one. And the last book I wanted to recommend is, again, by Mike Senior, and it's Recording Secrets for the Small Studio. Now, those of us who are recording from home, there's unique challenges you have when you are recording in a non-perfectly treated studio, when you are recording things by yourself and you're having to mic them and you don't necessarily have someone else to work with, or whatever the case may be. You may be wearing all the hats. You're the recording engineer, the mixing engineer, and the producer, and all these kinds of things. Well, that's where this can come in, and it can help you with just some solid tips for recording, which is, if you're trying to get better at mixing and get better results, get it right at the source. That's where being able to record well can be so helpful. So, okay, those were just four books that I really like, and I would recommend that you check out if you are interested in reading more of it. Obviously, you can use tutorials. There are all sorts of websites out there, forums to ask questions, subreddits, blah, blah, blah. But, there is nothing better, in my mind, than if you have a free moment, having a good old-fashioned book that you can just read and learn from someone who is an expert on this kind of thing and has published an entire book on it. So I am so excited for Audio Skills getting ready to launch. If you are interested, you can navigate to audioskills.tv and you can find out more. You can sign up for our mailing list to kind of stay in the know. Audio Skills, again, is going to be all about helping people with home studios improve their skills in mixing, recording, music production, mastering, and we're going to feature workshops every month where we bring in audio pros from around the world to just give information and really share their knowledge. And I'm so excited because we're building a community. That's really what the goal is to build a community and exchange the knowledge and the creativity and really, I guess, leverage this revolution of this home recording uh, stuff because it's amazing and it's awesome. So anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in here and stay tuned.